Grand evening, grand evening. It's Sunday, and what are you looking at? Well, you're looking at some power tools that I needed a whole lot to do my DIY projects. I was waiting for this company. Hope I say this right. Ryobi. I think I'm saying it right. To produce their newer variety of small power tools. And these power tools were designed to help a DIY person for small projects. That's why these power tools are the smallest in their variety. So, and I was waiting for these to come out. They came out. And I was also waiting for the holiday sale to come. I'm not a person who really celebrates pagan holidays. I don't do it because to me it's all a form of commercialism to get you as an American Westerner to spend a whole lot of money on things. I only buy what I need when they have these sales. And I really don't celebrate a lot of what I call pagan holidays. I'm not into that. I'm not in the Matrix. I'm not in Babylon. I'm outside of it. My goal is to be more self-sustainable and self-sufficient, not to be a constant spender, not to be a ship. My fault, not to be a sheep, not ship, a sheep. Being a mass consumer who spends his money on everything but can't produce nothing, who is loyal to the system for their survival. So this is why I bought these guys, and I needed these tools because as I do more of my small DIY things I'm making for my food forest and for my solar generators and so forth, I needed tools to design them and make them the way I want them to be made. And I'm very happy I got these guys because, especially for my aquaponics systems, that I'm constantly adding on to my food forest. I need more bell siphons. If you guys don't know what a bell siphon is, excuse me, go through my other videos and you see what a bell siphon is. When you buy a bell siphon online, bell siphons come in different sizes. 4-inch, 6-inch, 8-inch, 10-inch, 12-inch, depending on the grow bed you're attaching it inside of, and the size of the grow bed and how far you want the grow bed to drain down and so forth. So if I go online and purchase a bell siphon, a 12-inch vertical tall bell siphon, that bell siphon by itself is about $41. And to have it shipped, you're going to add another $10. So with taxes, that's about $55 per bell siphon at 12 inches. 12-inch high bell siphon. That's a lot of money. So imagine if I have to order 4 or 5 of those 12-inch vertical tall bell siphons. You can imagine how much money I'm going to spend at about $55 a piece. Well, I can just make my own bell siphons. I can make my own bell siphons. Now I'm saving 90% more money because it doesn't cost a lot of money to make bell siphons. It's the craftsmanship and labor that you're paying for. So now that I have these guys, I have this is a table saw right here. as you can see. Table saw. And over here, right beside my table saw, I have a compound miter saw. This is a miter saw, see? Up and down. See that? Compound miter saw. So I have one more tool that I'm going to get, that I really want to get, and I'll show you that. That will go perfect with these as far as all my DIY products, things I make for my food forest and all that. So this is what I purchased for all my DIY projects I have, and this is an investment. This saves me a ton of money by buying these two machines. I mean, a ton of money. I don't have to go out and buy bell siphons online anymore. I can make my own. I can design and make my own bell siphons. Again, I was making my own bell siphons, but I made a few of them, but I didn't have all the tools to make them the way I wanted to make them. Now I can make them the way I want to make them. So my whole thing is, if you're going to be a homesteader, a farmer, a gardener, you really need to start DIY, do it yourself. You really need to start learning how to design your own stuff instead of just going online and paying huge amounts for stuff that's already made. And that's what I do with my DIY solar generators, my DIY aquaponic systems. I make my own stuff. I don't go and spend thousands of dollars on stuff that I can make myself, and I can make it better. You're defeating the whole purpose. If something you buy breaks, how are you going to fix that? If your out-the-box solar generator breaks, do you know how to build your own solar generator? 90% of people don't. I would say 95% of people don't. Maybe even higher. So the goal is to educate yourself, read, and design and make your own stuff. You're saving a ton of money, and you can build your own stuff. If it breaks, you just fix it yourself for free. So I have another tool I want to get to go with all this, and then I go on to my next project. I go on to my projects. I'm making it easier to build more of my DIY stuff by doing this. Y'all have a nice Sunday.